Did you know that working nights is slowly killing you? Literally. Those who work at nights put themselves at risk of hypertension, diabetes, obesity, chronic fatigue, heart disease, hormonal disruption, and a whole host of other problems. So to be real with you, if you work at night, you no longer have the option to decide if you should be working out. You no longer have the option to decide if you should be eating healthy, because working nights takes years off your life. And that's just not me saying it. That's what the evidence shows. I'm gonna show you in this video 3 things that I've done as a firefighter EMT to take back control of my health, especially with the schedule that works against me. And doing these things is what helped me to look like this, and what also helped me to lift like this, heavy and strong. And remember, I'm almost a 40-year-old man. So without further ado, let's get into it. One of the first things I did cost me no extra money at all, and that's intermittent fasting. Now, fasting is a period of time where we abstain from food. And fasting is so powerful, especially for those who work night shift. Here's why. Intermittent fasting. Why is this an effective strategy? Metabolic regulation? Oh, isn't that one of the things that night shift worked against? Oh, it reduces inflammation. We know that inflammation is huge in all major diseases. But when you fast or you abstain from food, you reduce the inflammation, which reduces the risk of certain diseases. Look at this, decrease oxidative stress. By giving the body a break from constant digesting, aka constantly snacking, the vending machine calling your name, intermittent fasting naturally lowers the production of free radicals, reducing the oxidative burden on tissues and organs. We have to utilize these tools in our advantage. We have to utilize it because, again, our schedule is already stacked up against us. So we need to start doing things that's going to work in our favor. And for most of us, throughout the day, we're utilizing 2 fuel sources, and that's either carbs or sugar, glucose. But we never tap into that 3rd fuel source, and that's that stored body fat. So when we fast for an extended period of time, 14 to 16 hours, we deplete all the glycogen, and then we finally tap into our stored body fat. And it's not just losing body fat. Fasting actively combats all the things for night shift workers that works against us. Here's your action step. Find a fasting window that works for you. Not a fasting window that works for someone you saw on the internet or even on YouTube. Just because your coworker may fast from 12 noon to 8 p.m. doesn't mean you should fast from that time. You need to find, when are you most active? Is it during your shift work or is it during the day? Because we know most of us shift workers have multiple jobs. So if you're active during the night, maybe for you, you should eat at night. And when you get home, fast during the day. I know for me personally, I prefer to fast at night, consuming no food for at least 14 to 16 hours. So when I get home, I will have my breakfast, take a nap, wake up, have my lunch, and then before I go back to my shift work, that's when I'm having my dinner, and I fast for the duration of my shift. But the key here is you have to try trial and error. See what works for you. When are you most active, during the day or during the night? Try fasting first for 12 hours, bump it up to 14 hours, and then 16 hours to really unlock the benefits of all the things that night shift is working against our body. Fasting actually combats that actively and directly. Hey, drop a comment below. What are some of the things that you notice personally that working nights have done to you? Are you more lethargic? Are you more irritable? Right? Have you gained some weight in the past few years? What is something that you noticed that working nights have done to you? Drop it in the comment section below. I'm really interested to know. All right, the second thing I've done was I cut out ultra processed foods. Now, ultra processed foods are already bad enough, but it's especially bad for us if we work night shift. Look at some of the things that consuming ultra processed foods do. They are linked to increased risk of chronic disease, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and certain cancers. So while the food may taste good in the moment, we're causing long-term damage to our future selves. We have to get rid of ultra-processed foods. We know if we work nights, there's always a 7-Eleven around, a quick trip around, a vending machine that's calling our name. It's quick, it's easy, but ultra-processed foods works against us. And we have to get this out of our nutritional diet because it has no nutritional value for us anyway. Action step. If you find that you are consuming a lot of ultra-processed food, instead of just totally eliminating it, stop having one of those items per shift. So if you have Pop-Tarts multiple times a shift in a donut, instead of having a Pop-Tart in a donut, just take away one of those things. Slowly dial it back. And then over time, I want you to eliminate this out of your diet entirely. You're gonna see a boost in mental clarity, your confidence, and even more energy because ultra-processed foods has no beneficial gain for us at all, especially for night shift workers. The third thing I've done to take back control of my health was exercise. Now, exercising is one of the most non-pharmacological interventions to combat these issues, and it reduces inflammation. Look what it boosts, antioxidant capacity. That was something that night shift work works directly against. It improves metabolic health. It regulates the circadian clock. So if night shift works against us, what can work for us? And that's exercising. Exercising, from one doctor, he told me it's the most underprescribed antidepressant thing that can work in our favor. He said if people exercise and cleaned up their diet, so many diseases and problems would go away. So we have to exercise. So what that may look like, get out, do some resistance training, some strength training, some push, pull, legs, whatever your split is. The key is you don't have to get fancy, but you have to make sure that you're letting your body know that you prioritize it and that you love it and that you have to prioritize your health. So make sure that you're exercising at least 3 times a week. Look, working nights is already working against us. So the goal isn't to be perfect, but the goal is we need to offset some of that damage that working nights is already doing to us. So for me, that's going to be fasting, cutting out ultra-processed foods, and making sure that I'm exercising at least 3 times a week. So if you work night shift and you've been finding it challenging to really get control of your health, these are some of the reasons why. But subscribe to the channel because I plan on dropping content that's specific for us and that's going to help us get to the next level. I see you guys in the next one. Peace.